Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to talk about right now is what's going on with the UN and the fact that they're trying to seize global emergency powers. And they're doing so with the blessing of 46. This is alarming. And why is this alarming? It's alarming because millions of Americans have a deep distrust with the UN, and for very good reasons. They don't have our best interest in mind, and they've proven that repeatedly over the years. Also, we have to remember what happened here in the US when governors like Whitmer from Michigan got their hands on emergency powers. Almost all bad things came out of that because they didn't want to let them go. All right. So now let's look at 2024, September to be exact, September of 2024. Less than 2 months before the next U.S. presidential election. Okay. Now I know it's a little far off, but let's just try and think that far ahead. The United Nations will host a landmark Summit of the Future, where members of nations will adopt a pact for the future. And the agreement will solidify numerous policy reforms offered by the UN over the past 2 years as part of its Sweeping Our Common Agenda platform. Now, although there are numerous proposals included in this agenda, perhaps none are more important than the UN plan for a new emergency platform. Now, this is a stunning proposal to give the UN significant powers in case of future global shocks, such as another worldwide pandemic. Many of the details of the UN emergency platform were laid out in a March 2023 policy paper that was titled Strengthening the International Response of Complex Global Shocks, an Emergency Platform. Once triggered, the emergency platform would give the UN the ability to actively promote and drive an international response that places the principles of equity and solidarity at the center of its work. And the UN would also reserve the right to extend the emergency as they see fit. As difficult as it might be to believe, this story gets even worse from here. Although the duration of the emergency platform would initially be set as a finite period, at the end of that period, the Secretary General could extend that work of an emergency platform if required. And that is according to the UN and their own policy proposal. Now, isn't it fascinating that the media is not talking about this? So, what does that tell you? In my opinion, Republicans need to get on top of this like yesterday. But that's just my opinion. What say you? All right, guys, I'm out of here, okay? I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less, or try to.